Alright, this is just a quick profile. I don't think I've made a video on this particular Blue Eyes build. So I just went to locals yesterday and I got second place. I got second place playing with, I want to say, Egyptian Eyes, which is basically Horus Blue Eyes. The only one hand trap that's in the deck is Valor because he kind of goes with the deck. It does have his own thing, but basically using the Horus cards, Sphere mode to clear fields. There's a different line of play to OTK that way with the Exceed monster, but going first, if you see the blue eye stuff, you can end up on Magia and possibly two negate. Magia with his three negates and the Synchro with one more, so that's like four negates. But if you do everything right, there is a line of play to end up on six negates, which is crazy because that's basically every six cards they have. One Omni negate, one monster negate, a spell gate, and Magia with his three. Within both utilizing the Horus monsters and the Blue Eyes cards, which none of them have negates, to turn them into negates. And I'll do a combo video at the end, but games 2 and 3, I'll take out the horror stuff depending on if I went first or what I want to do. Basically turning it into pure and putting in hand traps and everything that are in my side deck. So I'm running 1 Chaos, 2 Blue Eyes, and Alternative. There is a new combo I want to do, because I got Kaiba Man. So it's like there's a line of play where you can do Kaiba Man and guarantee you'll get Magia with under 4 summons to avoid Nibiru. Or even if you get Nibiru while you're doing everything else, you can still play the quick play spell to end up with Nibiru no matter what. Versus the other line I made up, so I'll show you at the end. 2 Jets, I like running 2. They protect each other and the whole board if you got them out. Abyss. And then that's it for the big monsters, Blue Eyes wise. Then Sage is the main monster for the little guys. I would like using him first to go into everything, because then you can end up on the full 6 negates. I'm running 1 Maiden of White, and I'm like, because you can have 2 if you want, but if everything goes perfectly well, then it's like I only need 1 for this build, because once everything goes off, it goes off. If it gets negated or removed, it's like, so what? I'm gonna still continue playing, and that basically exchanges 1 for 1 anyways. Priestess, which I will be taking out for Kaiba Man to do something else. Effect Valor, because he can be searched and he's a level 1 light tuner. That's it for the monsters. For the blue eye stuff, running 1 Parry Reese map, which is basically to summon out another searcher for Sage, because I want to always lead with Sage going into full combo with from the blue eye side. 3 wishes, 1 ultimate fusion, 1 roar, 1 poly. To you could, with if you have raw or ultimate fusion already and you go into full combo, there's a way to summon 2 magias and you can punch them in the face. Only 1 magia will get all 3 of its negates, but both magias would float if they got rid of it, the way it's worded. So I still like doing that combo play. And 1 Mausoleum. I will show you what I mean too. After it'll be like maybe 3 short combos. I mean, the combos are long, but I'll go through it fast. True Light, which is getting an upgrade in rarity. I'm hyped for the Megatons and Majesties. So it's blue eye stuff with the Egyptian stuff, basically. One Black Flame Deity, since he's the father of the full Horus. 3M Setis. Plus, I like being the only one doing stuff my way, and it's like it worked wonders. I got second place. I misplayed with one of my effects because True Light got destroyed. So you constantly learning and evolving. So one Dofmatet, one Hoppy. Ain't none of us could see this card right. So one Protector. One Walls because I want to steadily go into both bridges for my full 6 negate combo going first. Terraforming, I can search Walls. If not, I can search the other card. Or it's Ash Bait, regardless. 3 King Sarks. And then the final 4 cards is the True Sun God, which can search basically the 3 sphere molds. Call by the Grave is the last card to make it an even 40. I think it's an even 40. But the sphere molds are to clear boards, and it's like this. I love the Egyptian package, and this. Aside from this, this is 15 cards. I trade out exactly for what's in the side deck, and then I play accordingly. And then the side deck is hand traps and trap hand traps, and go from there. So like I can side this out and basically turn it into a pure Blue Eyes build with hand traps. Extra deck 2 Magias because there's a combo line to do 2. Ultimate Fusion. Blue Eyes Ultimate. My bad. Blue Eyes Tyrant. 1 Spirit. 1 Ultimate. Indigo clears fields, and this is so slept on, and it does so much. It permanently negates the field. Even if it leaves the field, it's permanently negating everything. So 190. And this, I like this build because I have a fusion build with the Primites, and I have a synchro build with the Horus and the Centaurion. So it's like I like this being Exceed focused. 238s because it's part of the OTK. S38. I love playing this yesterday, and it's like they can't respond to it once it comes out, and it just absorbs their 2 spell cards, spell or traps, and they become materials. 197 and 100 for the OTK. So that's why I run the second 38, so I can go into this OTK. And also, most of them are dragons, so even if you go into Roar, having being locked into dragons, you can still do dragon combos and spell negates because you can still play within what you're locked under. And 2 spirits. Side deck real fast, especially if they're playing spells. There's like Secret Village, a second Parry Reese map, so we can up the consistency of searching for Sage. And sometimes at the tournament, going into Sage full combo after they wasted their hand traps on the horror stuff, won me games. So it's like they like seeing their faces, like you have full, you can go off, is like amazing. Second Maiden, I'm working on getting another QCR. I invest in what I love, so 3 Imperms. Sorry about the mismatch, but I hate commons, and I'm trying to get 2 more secrets. 3 Solemns. Sometimes just having this in full combo. If you draw this with Sage and 1 other card, is like that's full combo with 3 Solemns is just crazy. Dominus Purge at 3. So like I said, hand traps that are actually traps, so that way you don't trigger none of the monster effects of what's currently being played. And 3 Jolan Lockbirds, because you still have to respect the other decks that are being played still. So this would trade, I would trade out the horror stuff with Sphere Mode and the spell card for the whole entire side deck, and that's 15 for 15. I'll do some combo lines so I can show you. So basically it would be trying to open up Sage and let's say King Sark. So I'm pulling them out and shuffling the deck so we can see what we have. So I can show you a full combo of the 6 negates. Plus I like seeing the videos too when other people actually do card combos instead of videos. So let's say we open up these two, one more card, a Blue Eyes, and another card, which is perfectly fine. So I normally would lead King Sark, and let's say we drop 2 cards, so we could dump 2 Horus. Doesn't matter which two. So we drop 2 Horus from the deck, special both, and then go into number 90. This also will allow you to be Nibiru proof if they want to play Ash after this or anything else. Like, you're good. So at least you have your first negate for Nibiru no matter what. Summon Sage. Sage's effect. Bring out Search Maiden. Use Maiden's effect. Plays True Light. Use True Light effect to set wishes, so you can discard wishes for wishes since this was our hand. This way you don't go -1 really. And then you're gonna play it, discarding for cost. And we're gonna bring out Ultimate Fusion and Princess. It's Priestess, but I like calling her Princess. And then further go into your combos. Off of her, you're gonna get what's needed for Magia, as well as 2 more Horus in graveyard for another negate. So you link off Sage, going into the link 1 to search out Mausoleum. Play said Mausoleum. You get an additional normal summon of a monster. Summon out Princess. Use the field card to target Princess, and then using her effect to tribute herself. Because it has to target her, because if she's targeted, you can search for 2 Blue Eyes cards. And I kind of like her because she can get you both other cards needed, and you can make Jet live throughout the combo. So it's like I like searching out Jet and Chaos, and then the field card resolves even if the monster's not there. So you're gonna send Blue Eyes. From this point, you won't use his effect yet, but you're gonna dump these 2 since you're gonna use this as material for Magia anyways. So it's like you dump both of them to send the other 2 Horus to graveyard. And then you cannot bring the Horus back because this is still on the field. But you can tribute to bring out Blue Eyes, which triggers Maiden. Then you're gonna banish the spell card. To equip Ultimate Fusion to Blue Eyes. Then you're gonna synchro the Blue Eyes and the Lovely Maiden for your second negate, which is gonna go into Spirit and so forth for your Ami. And sometimes it's hard to get over this too. Then you're gonna bring back the other 2 Horus that are sitting lovely in the grave, and overlay for 38. So now you have your monster negate, your spell negate, and this will be an Omni negate once it goes into Ultimate Spirit. So that's basically doubling up on Magia's negates. You play Ultimate Fusion now that you have the materials engraved. So this will go back, and this will go back to deck to bring out Magia. And with monsters that do not have negates, this is your board. You have Magia with 3 negates. You have a spell negate, a monster negate, and then once this goes into Ultimate Spirit, that's an Omni negate for anything. And this is just a negate within himself for graveyard negates, and they can't summon more than 2 monsters at a time. And then you would pass turn. Even if they have nothing, it'll be your turn. You'll draw whatever. But the reason I still like it is because I will use this. If they had set 2 back row, you still have your negate, and then if they just set and pass turn, you activate this on your turn to go into Spirit, so that way you have your negates just in case, which is not gonna let them play their cards. And then you go S38, and then he can absorb. Whether they set 2 cards or 1, he can absorb them. So it's like, and they can't chain those cards to him. So like you're forcing them into checkmate. And then you can discard 1, so that he can attack directly, but it won't matter. It's just to get the Horus card in graveyard. I would dump the other one, and then use the spell. Dump. So basically I would then have 2 more Horuses that are live in graveyard, and if they have nothing because they couldn't do anything, you can bring them back, and then these will basically go into S38. You use S38's effect to bring out 100 and equip the other 38, which is why it's here. And he will be juiced up to 27,000 because he gets powered up by him being a rank 9, rank 8, and another rank 8. He becomes 29, so it's like, just punch something in the face, or if they have directly, that's 2,800 damage. And it's like, it's just crazy what I cooked up and I love doing. I'll show you another combo that is just blue eye stuff. And sometimes the horror stuff are still annoying, so it's hard to get over, just in general. So you would need this, and I'll show you the 2 card combo for it. It would be 2.5, I want to say. You don't have to be quiet. So I'm gonna shuffle so the other cards are random, but let's say you have Sage and Ultimate Fusion. Whether it's Ultimate Fusion or whatever, you can end up on 2 Magias. So I just wanted to throw in a few combos. So like, if you don't have this at all, or the Roar, you can end up within the combo on 1 Magia. But I like doing 2 sometimes, and just that's overkill to attack for 5,000. One will have its negates, but I just like doing that. I don't know why. 2 epic boss monsters, so we're not gonna care about these cards. So it will be summoning out Sage. Sage's effect. Summoning, searching Priestess. Then you discard Priestess for his effect. To play True Light. True Light to set the spell card. Wishes. And I like always playing it from here beforehand, So I was like, you play accordingly how you want to do. This is my basic combo lines that I like going into, and sometimes they don't have hand traps at all. They have to be lucky to have hand traps and draw the right hand traps. So I dominated no matter what when they have the wrong ones, or they just saw engine even if they had 30 hand traps. So I like playing pure just engine to just play versus sometimes you draw hand traps, you don't see your engines at all, and then you just lose off of that. And while this deck would just keep going. And this is like, if this gets Ash and Imperm, then you can just go into the horror stuff. Then I would play Wishes. We'll drop one card for cost to search out Roar. And Priestess. Then you will go into combo accordingly. Summon the link searching out the field card. Play set field card, summoning out Priestess. Field card to target Priestess. Priestess doing the same thing. Like I said, it gets live. Jet and Chaos. Like you could also do this with Kaibaman. So I am gonna do something else, but I need another Blue Eyes, and I only play Ghost Rare in this one, so like I need another Blue Eyes Ghost Rare. So I am gonna change it up after this deck profile. Oh, Resolve Blue Eyes. My bad. Then this is where it alters. So we're gonna use Spirit's Effect, and this can be hit with Nibiru, just to be forewarned. But the reward would be 2 Magias. So use Spirit to bring out Blue Eyes, which would trigger Maiden. Then you would banish the Wishes to equip Ultimate to Blue Eyes. From this point is where everything changes up. Before you synchro or anything, you need to activate Roar, because since Blue Eyes is on the field, Roar can summon any Blue Eyes card. So we're going to utilize Abyss Dragon to search out Poly. So you summon out Blue Abyss with Roar, and then since Blue Eyes is on the field, his effects are live. When he's first special summon, you can search out Poly or a ritual spell. So we're gonna search Poly. On end phase, you can search another dragon if you want, but he won't be here. So this is the line so far, and from this point, you have Blue Eyes on the field, Abyss, Chaos, and Jet. You have the requirements to play Poly to bring out your first Magia. So it would be all of this. So you need Chaos and any 3 Blue Eyes cards. Now the other 2 requirements are engraved, so now you can play Ultimate Fusion, putting Ultimate back, and Chaos. To bring out your second Magia. And you can just push for game if you want second, if they have nothing. And there's sometimes other decks brick no matter what. There's a lot of decks that do so well, but they're high risk, high reward kind of things. And sometimes they'll brick and have nothing. And my last opponent, I love playing him. I bricked game 1. He dominated. Going game 2, I had everything he couldn't play. And then in game 3, he went first and he bricked. And then he had one negate, which he negated one of my horror stuff. But then he had nothing else after that at all. So I went Sage full combo into one Magia and pushing for game because it was one Magia and then this was on the field with Blue Eyes. So then you just link off. You don't go into your synchro with what I have. You have to go into Tyrant Dragon, and then since the fusion's in the graveyard and you have Chaos, you will use Ultimate Fusion to go into Magia, and Magia is 5,000. With Tyrant being on the field, he's 3,000. That's game exactly. Well, a little bit more, but that's the 2-card combo. If you only have one of them, you can go Ultimate Fusion. Like the boards here at the point where Ultimate is equipped. So to push for game, that will go to the graveyard with the fusion. And then this will be pushing for game going seconds. So you would have your 34, at least 8,000 damage. But if you're going first, you would have synchroed with the tuna. So you can at least, you would go this, and then you would end up with 4 negates, and then this gets destroyed at the end. And you can basically go off of there, because if he negates anything that's already there, like they summon a monster and then attempt to activate effect, it would pop it, and then Jet will be live since Jet's in graveyard. But if they're activating a spell, it negates the activation. Jet does not cannot come out, because it's like they didn't activate the spell, or even if they try to imperm, it's like they didn't activate it at all, so Jet is not live. If they activated a spell that does nothing when activated and then try to trigger its effects, then it would negate the that activation, popping it, and since it was already in play, then Jet will be live. But there are a lot of people saying, I've seen them just negate something and then say Jet comes out, and it's like Jet doesn't come out because that's an illegal play, because you negated the activation, not the card. Like the card wasn't on the field, and that's the only requirement for Jet to come out, is when something was destroyed that exists, which is a Yu-Gi-Oh thing. But that's about it. And I just wanted to have fun too. They needed another body for the tournament, so I was like, why not? I'll enter just to be a body, and I was in the mood to play and get out. Try to organize everything. But that is my second place. Second place, Blue Eyes, Egyptian Eyes, Blue Eyes Horus build. Hope you like. Hope you're doing well. Remember to play what you love and love what you play. You do not have to do what everybody else is doing. You do not have to be a meta sheep. You can still win with what you love if you just think outside the box and just enjoy yourself. They have to have luck to draw the negates to stop you from playing. But if you have everything that just keeps going, they can't. And I am a testament of that. And I also like playing, so it's like, alright, go off. And sometimes they can't interact with the Horus stuff by itself, especially if I have Horus the Black Flame deities already, even if they have a board. And I'll play King Sark, and if they negate it, or if they destroy it point blank, he would come out clearing their board, because if they can't negate him in hand special summoning, because King Sark was destroyed, once it hits the field, it sends everything to the graveyard. So then you use the horror stuff, if you don't even have sphere mode, to go into stuff. Oh, last thing, right quick. If you're wondering why do I have sphere mode, is like, okay, let's say you sphere mode them and you want to OTK through sphere mode. This would use the Exceed monster. You would try to search out, or like what you would need is at least wishes and let's say one discard, because all you need is really 2 cards. So you're gonna use wishes, discard, and you're gonna search out Maiden and Roar. This is gonna get you your Exceed play to OTK through it, because the monster will negate the sphere mode's effect to protect and be there. So then you would use Maiden, place True Light. It honestly doesn't matter which way you search, but it does matter in a sense. So let's say you use this to, I don't know, place Ultimate Fusion, I guess. Like, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Or even hold off on it. Well, yeah, you can hold off to do whatever with this, but let me finish. Then you're gonna use Roar to bring out Blue Eyes. And it doesn't matter, you're locked into dragons. Since Blue Eyes is coming out, you bring out Maiden. Then you can do a few different things. So it's like you can banish wishes just to make Tyrant live. No, you need to do this. I'm trying to remember. So then from here, because you would still need a Blue Eyes card. I mean, you don't necessarily need it, but like you can use this. Go Tyrant. And then this will go into your Link 1. You will search the spell card, and then you can dump another Blue Eyes just to add for more damage. Because you need, you're gonna need a Blue Eyes in graveyard anyways. And then you don't use it yet. I would use this to bring out a Blue Eyes, and then overlay these two. For as Indigo, and then when Indigo hits the field, it negates all their card effects. So it's like you got rid of 3 other monsters. This is gonna negate it, so now you can OTK through this. Then you can use the field card to target, dump another Blue Eyes. He becomes 48, but now his effect is live. So it's like you can discard 1 to special a Blue Eyes from graveyard and give it 4,000 attack. Well, he gains 1,000, so he's at 4,000. He's already at 4,000. Sphere mode is 0 because it's question mark, so it stays at 0. And then you're proceeding to OTK for 4 and 4, which is 8. That's why I use sphere mode, and people like they laugh, but when I did it and they couldn't do nothing about it, and I cleared the problematic cards and they had nothing, and I do this, is like, okay, now you see what I'm talking about because I get to show you it. And then it was like, oh, that's smart. I didn't know that. It's like, yeah, because everybody sleeps on this card. But I wanted to do a few more videos, but the video is too long. I feel like it is what it is. So I hope you're doing okay. Play what you love what you play, and hope everybody's doing good and you have people to just enjoy what you love together with. Stay you, stay blessed, and love you guys.